Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And today I want to discuss a renewed top 10 list of best uses for your mega rank up tickets, because I've noticed recently that when they go up in the store, they're much more popular purchases than any other kind of bulk or discount deal compared to the tier 2 advancement pack, which only gets purchased by like less than 2,000 players, and any of the other ones that we see. The mega rank up is by far the best value, but also the most popular, and there's no shortage of people asking the question, who should I use my mega rank up ticket on? Additionally, I've found myself purchasing them recently as well, to not get caught off guard the next time we get, new mutants or other characters that I can't rank up through traditional bioselector means, because it looks like Netmarble is not going that route anymore for as many characters that they release. So it's important to have a really good idea of how you should spend your mega rank up tickets and what to look for in a character that you spend your mega rank up tickets on. So I wanted to discuss my list for the top 10 best picks for mega rank up tickets. Now, the two most important factors I think that go into deciding whether a character should be used or should have a mega rank up ticket used on them. Of course, you only want to use it for 1-star characters, but the two most important factors are how hard is it to get their biometrics. So characters that are easily farmable through story missions or special missions, or even characters that you can get through bioselectors like Blade. Actually, Blade's a bad example, but someone like, let's say, Jessica Jones, not farmable, but you can just get her through bioselectors. So you can get over 200 per week through Shadowland, and you get a whole bunch of other bioselectors for logging in, 7-day events, monthly calendar. She's really not that hard to farm up. So the farmability of the character, I think, is the #1 priority. The more difficult they are to farm, the higher up towards #1 they go for mega rank up status. And then the second thing is their utility, or how powerful they are at tier 1, because assuming that the character is going to tier 2 just from a mega rank up ticket is not a good idea. So I think a perfect example of a bad mega rank up ticket candidate is Carnage. And I've used this example before, but basically Carnage is a good tier 2 character specifically for combat villains, but he's only good at tier 2. At tier 1, he's very underpowered, no way of protecting himself, his iframes have gaps, and he's just extremely difficult to use. So if you were to use a mega rank up ticket on him, following the first piece of advice, which is rarity, and of course he's one of the rarest types of characters because he's a bio subscription only, you would be disappointed with a character like Carnage, because he does not perform. His power, his utility at tier 1 is nowhere near as good as some of the other characters that I'm going to mention. So let's start off at number 10, and I felt like there were 9 good candidates, 9 strong candidates for this list, but around 9 and 10 I felt there could be quite a bit of discussion. So there's going to be some detractors or some disagreements here. That's fine, but I think number 10 should be Robby Reyes. And I think although he is farmable via bioselectors, especially for newer players, he's an extremely powerful character. He has lots of iframes, very easily buffable damage with the fire. He's also got the ignore, dodge, leadership, so it just makes him extremely flexible for early game content, Shadowland, World Boss, Alliance Battle Extreme, and he's also a universal type, and he looks really cool. I think he just kind of has it all, and amongst those universal characters, I kind of lined him up with other ones, the likes of, Heimdall and other types of characters, and even with those kind of taken into consideration, I think he rises above the rest. But I definitely welcome your suggestions for who you think could take the 10th spot instead of him. At number 9, I decided to put Magic. I think she is probably going to be the best character to come out of the recent X-Men patch. The challenge with her is that you need to buy an X-Men subscription first, so there is some additional value or some additional cost up front, but then I think that does increase the value of the mega rank up ticket, because then you don't have to worry about saving up for the month to get her all the way to 6 stars or using other types of rank up tickets. You still will have the gears to kind of figure out, and you could do this slowly by doing it, 20 per day and saving up to 600 and using just a 2-star rank up ticket, for example. But the mega rank up ticket saves you that problem, will get you to tier 2, and it expedites what is a very powerful character even at tier 1. She's got the heals, the iframes, the summons, the invincibility. She's a very strong character without even going to tier 2. Number 8 on the list, I started to go into the bio subscription characters, and we're going to start with Agent Venom. Still a very strong character, and especially at tier 1, he's got everything except for a heal. I won't make that mistake again. The heal only comes with his tier 2 passive, but his tier 1 passive is still very strong. He's got invincibility, he's got iframes, he's got stuns, he's got a guard hit, so he's basically got tons of defense, large AoE, great damage buffing leadership. And again, the rarity of a bio subscription character combined with the power at tier 1, he's one of the strongest tier 1 combat characters in the game. That really speaks volumes for his value. At number 7, kind of pairing along with Agent Venom as a bio subscription character who's very powerful at tier 1, we have Enchantress. Pretty self-explanatory, 70% chance to make the enemy do nothing for 5 seconds, so she's got kind of the mini Luna Snow effect. Guard hit, self-heal, good damage, iframes, remove active buffs, which can also be useful. Weak leadership, but other than that, very strong character, very useful at tier 1. And Blast Villain, not a very common thing to have. And one of the more powerful ones at that. Number 6 on the list is a bit situational, so I think this character can shift, totally off the list, considering your priorities. But I think if you consider how rare the character is to farm, Clea is a pretty decent candidate for the Mega Rank Up ticket. Now, you would primarily Mega Rank Up Clea to get to Doctor Strange faster, so that is the primary benefit. She's not a bad character. I think she kind of shines with her tier 2, but at tier 1 she can still hold her own. She's good as a universal type for Shadowland, but it's definitely speeding up the Doctor Strange process that makes Clea an attractive selection for a Mega Rank Up ticket, in addition to the fact that you're getting so few bios per day of her, and you don't even get them at the start of the game unless you kind of rapidly progress through the Doctor Strange epic quest, because it's not unlocked right away. So that really makes her a difficult character to farm out of the gate. But keep in mind that it is a little bit inefficient because you technically only need her at 5 stars for the Doctor Strange epic quest, and there are other steps of the quest that are extremely difficult, like the Norn Stones of Chaos and other research steps that you have to do. But I think her rarity is kind of the most painful part of getting that character, and especially compared to the other characters on this list. Moving into the top 5, we're going to start off with a character that was recently available but now is has disappeared, X23. And right now there's only 2 ways to get her biometrics. You can use the bio subscription for X Genes, the X Gene subscription, to get Magic, Colossus, and X23, or you can go into the Shield Lab, and the Shield Lab is going to come up again on this list for other characters, but it's just a horrible way of getting heroes. And you can see how many sorry, not speed. You can see how many different choices you have, and now we have an additional one with Angel, so it does make it difficult to get who you want, making it difficult to get her. So building up 10 bios of X23 this way, as a free-to-play, for example, and then using a Mega Rank Up ticket is good value. Great value, actually, and she's a very good character at tier 1. Not as strong as Wolverine, but definitely no pushover, and one of the stronger speed characters that we have in the game. Very fun to play and cool in the animations department. Really wish they would bring back the event battle, but that's kind of for another time and for another video. Number 4 is more geared towards Extreme Alliance battle, and definitely doesn't shine as much at tier 1 as they do at tier 2 compared to the other characters on this list, but is still a massive value to get a Mega Rank Up ticket, and that is Mickey Mouse, aka Ant-Man. Just insane damage. He does have some survivability with his first skill and the immunity, and then the guard hit that he has on his passive, in addition to the self buffs. But you know that the ultimates were named and kind of brought into the game for a reason, that way, because they're just so powerful. They should have been native tier 2s, and Ant-Man does not fail to deliver on that. Crazy. Before we move into the top 3, I want to give some honorable mentions to characters that didn't make this list, but I thought could have made this list. Definitely Inferno and Vulture are 2 options for a mega rank up ticket that are very good. They're both good characters. I think they both shine more with their uniforms, so keep that in mind. I think Inferno especially shines with his uniform, but they're both very good at tier 1 and they get even better at tier 2. And because you're getting so few bows from them as shifters, and because you can't even get them both at the same time because they exist in different special mission tracks, one for the Inhumans, one for Spider-Man's Homecoming, it's very challenging if you're doing it, you know, day by day. It's going to take you months to do one, and then you have to start from scratch on the other one. But neither character is as powerful as the other ones we've talked about on this list in terms of eligibility for a mega rank up ticket. And of course, I did not include Blue Marvel on this list at all because you get him for free at 6 stars once you complete Chapter 13. You could 6-star him after getting his bios from the lab and then get those bios from completing Chapter 13 instead of, but you don't get as many. I believe you only get 256 for completing Chapter 13. So I don't know if it's worth it. It's debatable, but I didn't think it was fair to put him on this list because of that reason. He's kind of mega ranks himself up. Just for completing the Chapter 13 stories. At number 3, we have Luna Snow. She's the other half of the event battle, Where Are They Nows with X-23. Really wish that they would bring back event battle, but in the meantime, we're just going to have to suggest that you use a mega rank up ticket to get her to 6 stars. There's really no way to get her bios right now other than a bio subscription, so she's in the same boat as Magic and X-23 in terms of the subscriptions, except they are X-Gene and she is just regular bio subscription. But if you're already dabbling in other characters like X-23, or sorry, Spider-Man 2099, Luna Snow, Enchantress, Agent Venom, pick her up, throw a mega rank up ticket, and you won't be disappointed. One of the highest damage characters at tier 1, and she has all of her kind of power at tier 1, the healing, the immunity, the iframes, and the 5-second entice. So she really has everything she needs already, and the tier 2 just makes her deal even more damage, but it doesn't increase her survivability much or her healing. So she definitely has so many weapons at tier 1 that she's not you know, one you want to miss. Coming in at number 2, the runner up to the list is probably an easy one to guess, Spider-Man 2099. Probably the favorite hero of free-to-play players besides Quicksilver once they get him. Spider-Man 2099 is just fantastic. You can get 20 biometrics of his even if you don't pay for a bio subscription just by starting a new account. So anyone can have him, and throwing a mega rank up ticket on him is, you know, basically never a bad option. He's a fantastic character. He definitely gets better with his tier 2 passive because he increases his damage, he gets some guaranteed dodge. Most importantly, he improves his 4-star passive accelerated decoy, but he already has it at tier 1. The webbing, the iframes, the damage, the defense down on sticky bomb. He just does it all. He's just missing a heal, but that doesn't really change from tier 1 to tier 2. Strong character, got the ignore dodge leadership, extremely flexible, and just, you know, a fan favorite. But then, of course, we have number 1, and I think this is another easy guess, Nova. Sam Alexander, the kind of Kid Nova variant, is definitely the number 1 choice for a mega rank up ticket. Like Blue Marvel, like X-23, and like Ant-Man, the only way to get their bios, you know, consistently, or not consistently, but for free without a subscription, you can't get Nova or Ant-Man's bios at all with a subscription, but you can for X-23, is the lab processor. In X-23's case, it's the X-Gene selector, which is, you know, a pretty decent cut. It's like 1 in 6, it looks like, 1 in 5. Yeah. In Ant-Man and Nova's case, it's a lot worse. There's a lot more universal types to choose from, and, you know, you're lucky if you're going to get enough bios for them to tier 2 them months down the road, even if you're using this every single day. So it's definitely a priority that if you get a mega rank up ticket and you have a 1-star Nova, that you use it on him. He is an absolute monster at tier 1. Of course, he gets stronger at tier 2. The guaranteed crit and guaranteed dodge are probably the most powerful weapons, but his skills are really what makes him special, and he gets all of that at tier 1. the massive burst damage, ignore iframe, ignore everything on Rocket Blast is available at tier 1. The 5-second invincibility is available. The massive iframes, the dodge, the increased energy attack, the guard hit, the whole package. Fantastic character, way overpowered, should have been a native tier 2. Definitely deserves your mega rank up ticket. So let me know what you guys think of this list of top 10s with the honorable mention. Let me know any changes that you would make to the list if you were in charge. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.